All right, my friends, welcome to Breathe, Move, and Be, named specifically because that is what we'll do. Well, it's what I'll offer you. And you could choose to do as much or as little of it as you'd like. We'll begin our practice with breathing. In Sanskrit, it's called pranayam. And so, that breathing practice, it's also a way just to kind of really arrive and be present for yourself. And that breath can carry us into the movement with our body. And we can do all of these things sitting on the floor. If you're more comfortable sitting on a chair, or if you have like one of those Zen cushion things where you can kneel and sit, you're welcome to do so. If at any time this seat becomes uncomfortable, and I'll probably rearrange at least once, we'll indicate that as an option along the way. And once we have our breath flowing and some energy moving, get rid of some of the gremlins, we'll settle in for a little bit of a guided and silent meditation to wrap up our time together. All right. So let's begin by finding or rearranging your seat as you see fit, whatever suits you best. And as you find your seat, whatever that might look like right now, I invite you to tune into what it feels like for you. Is it comfortable? Is it a spot you can spend some time? And if that's the case, cool. If it's not, feel free to adjust. The gaze can be soft into the distance or invite your eyes to close. And here I offer you the idea of what it would be like to embody a comet, the celestial being that flies through the air. And by that, I mean deep within us, this brilliant light, this source of energy. But at the same time, as we arrive in one place from another, there can be this tail of shimmering light that follows behind us because we need to arrive fully. And as you land here in the seat, just imagine drawing that shimmering light here with you. Your breath is the guide. And to invite your body, your mind, and your energy to be here and now. Here in this seat, invite a breath in and allow your breath to flow out. And tune in to the characteristics, the qualities of your breath. As you breathe here, feel the expansion. Where does the breath move as you breathe in? And then as you breathe out, where does the body soften? What shift do you notice on your breath out? When you come to the top of your inhale, find that moment, the retention of your breath. And just before the exhale pours out. And then as you exhale, on the bottom, the valley of the exhale, that suspension of the breath for that moment, shifting gears, allowing the breath to flow in. And as you breathe here, there's no need to change anything or do anything different. Just take some time for yourself to notice the four parts of your breath cycle. As you breathe in, the pinnacle, the top of the inhale. And as you breathe out, the valley, the bottom of the exhale. Take a few rounds of breath here just to notice what your breath feels like. As you continue to breathe here, I invite you to bring your awareness more specifically to your inhale. Again, no need to change anything, do it differently. You're breathing, you're spending time with yourself here. It's perfect, just as it is. So just see what the inhale feels like. Allow the exhale just to flow out. Now begin to count the length, the length of your inhale. And you may find as you're counting, you get to 3 or 2 or 4. Once you find a number that's pretty consistent, I'm a fan of 3, but take your inhale as you like it. Invite you now to begin to guide your exhale to mimic the inhale. It might take a round or two. That's why it's called a practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you begin to find that equal flow of the breath in and out, you have found your way to a practice called Samvriti Pranayam. Beautiful Sanskrit words for equal fluctuation of your breath. The equal fluctuation of our breath, balanced breathing, is a tool that we can use. The breath can be the guide for the body and the mind. And we'll use your balanced breath to begin to guide the body into movement that releases stress and tension from the neck and the shoulders, moving the spine in the 6 directions. Again, to find balance, unwind from the morning, unwind from your day. We'll start with an inhale to roll the shoulders up around the ears. Follow your exhale, shoulders back and down. Take several more rounds of your shoulder rolls, following your breath. You might notice that one shoulder feels different than the other, especially if you have been carrying things or doing certain kinds of activity that use your dominant hand, holding children, doing housework, on the computer. You may also find that you spend a lot of your time with your shoulders up around the ears where they shouldn't be because stress. Let's invite the shoulders back and down, nice and heavy, and keeping them just as soft and heavy as you can. Some love for the neck. We'll find those 6 movements that it can go in. We'll start with a pivoting from side to side. So this is neutral, right? The spine is in line. Hello, baby girl. So as you sit nice and tall, take a breath in. And with your exhale, just turn your gaze over towards your right shoulder. Your inhale, bring the gaze back to center. And exhale, drift your gaze to the other shoulder. Oh, that side's different. Inhale, gaze to center. Just noticing what shows up for you here as you move. Take your gaze to the right. Inhale, gaze center. And the left. Well, inhale, bring the gaze back to center, nose in line with sternum. Here, take a breath in, and as you breathe in, lift your face to the ceiling, just as far as it feels good and makes sense. With your exhale, drift the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, lift the gaze, open up the front of the throat. Exhale, chin to chest. Using the slow motion nod, saying yes to yourself, yes to this time, yes to you and your practice. The chin drifts down towards the chest. Come back and meet with the head neutral in level. Check in with the shoulders. Okay, good. Still soft and down. So here, take a breath in and drift your right ear over to listen to your right shoulder. Left arm is heavy, left shoulder is heavy. You might even wiggle your left fingertips off to the side. And take enough full breath in that whole left side of your neck. If your hand had wiggled off to the side, we'll bring that back to the top of the leg. Gently come back up to your neutral neck. And then drift your opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. Ooh, again, one side's different than the other. Just see how that feels. You might take the opposite hand off to the side, create a line of energy from your ear all the way down to your fingertips. Take another breath into that side. And come back up to your neutral neck. Beautiful. I'm going to rearrange my legs because they're asking for it. So if there's any rearrangement you might need, find that. All right. So we're going to take the 6 movements of that neck, your cervical spine, right? We're going to find some half circles or some full circles. It depends on what feels good to you. So we'll start with the chin down towards the chest. Check out where the shoulders may have gone. Invite them to be heavy and back. With your inhale, begin to roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. It might even come back a little bit, but just notice what is enough for you. And then drift the chin down through center. So you come through center, take the opposite side. Again, you can always lean the head back a little bit. Check in with that. Drift the chin down to center. And then just find this simple pattern, letting the head roll from side to side. If you like taking full circles, please feel free. And if you do take full circles, taking one or two in one direction, and one and two the other direction. Also, if you like to linger in one place or the other, it might be a nice way to create a little extra sensation in the muscles in your neck, your scalene muscles. Once you've found what feels like a relatively equal amount of movement in circles to each side, we'll meet back with the chin down towards the chest. In your own time, with your inhale, lift the chin up. Inhale your shoulders up. Everything comes back and down. Nice. Hear that soft gaze or closed eyes. Tune into the space between your earlobes and your shoulder heads. Just notice whatever there is to notice. Check in with your breath. You can revisit Samavriti or just notice your fluid breath and how it feels right now. Using our breath to take the movement down the rest of the spine, our thoracic spine, the upper spine, our lumbar spine, the lower spine. So let's do that by taking the arms off to the sides, palms to the ceiling. With your inhale, sweep your left arm up. If reaching up overhead is a bit much, you can always keep the bend to the elbow, softening the shoulder. As you lengthen through the crown of the head, take a lean over to your right hand side. It could be a little lean or a lot of lean. Keeping the left hip grounded, you can look down towards the floor, forward, or up towards the ceiling. Keeping your right hand rooted with the breath in, come back to a tall seat, reach through the left fingertips. Take that hand across the body, seated twist to your right hand side. Sitting tall as you breathe in. Exploring depth. Maybe it's just the top of the spine, maybe it's just the gaze. Your twist, your depth here. And release your fingertips. With the inhale, both arms come back up, reaching through, maybe look up a little bit, little baby back bend. From here, take your left hand down to the side, lateral stretch the other way. As you sit tall, take your depth of the lean. The hand that's on the floor, if you root into it, it'll also create more sensation. I'm not gonna call it good or bad, just different. See what feels good to you. Big full breath into your right rib cage. Keep that bottom hand grounded. With your inhale, come to sit tall, lengthen through the right fingertips. Your exhale, take your twist to the other side. Once again, your depth. From the base of the spine, lengthen through the crown of the head. Heavy shoulders as you explore the twist to the opposite side. Release the fingertips. We'll inhale, sweep both arms back up, lengthen through. And then here we'll exhale the hands down in front. Now you may find that bringing hands to your legs feels best for you, depending on your geometry. You might find that bringing your hands here in front of you feels okay. If you want to come deeper, you're welcome to do so. Okay. So just take a little bit of fold here in your spine, deeper or more shallow. Breathe into your low back. And take one more breath into your forward fold. Empty that out. And begin to find your way back up as you stack the spine, the top, the shoulders up and back and down. If you'd like to rearrange your legs once more to take the other leg in front, there can be a little hip influence as well in that forward fold. We'll revisit here shortly. So let's first inhale, sweep the arms up, and take your right hand down by your side. Take a big breath into your side body. Soften the jaw. With your inhale, reach the left fingertips to the sky. Your exhale, take the twist to your right. Sit tall to breathe in. Soften the shoulders as you breathe out. Release the fingertips as you inhale, come up through center, reach through the fingertips, maybe a little back bend. Take your lateral lean to the other side, stretch open the right rib cage, and find maybe a little more movement. Sit tall, reach through the right fingertips, lengthen, and take your twist to your left. Breathe in, breathe out. Release the fingertips, inhale, come back up through the center. Here with the other leg in front, theoretically, we can bring the hands down. Again, wherever it makes sense to you. You can come a bit deeper, cool. Maybe that creates some sensation in the hip. I'll leave it up to you and your hip on whether or not that's a good idea. Breathe into those little spaces. Wiggles super valid and embraced. Take one more breath into your version of your forward fold. As you begin to make your way back up, stacking the spine, shoulders up and back and down. From here, hands will rest upon the thighs, visiting the last pair of our movements. To do so, we'll simply inhale and look up towards the ceiling. And as you look up towards the ceiling, heart can shine, check in with the low back. It'll tell you when is when. And then with your exhale, take the gaze down towards the floor. Press your back towards the back of the room, the back of the chair, just as deep again, your cat back. 3 more rounds with your breath in, shine the heart forward, open the front of the body. Your breath out, stretch out the shoulder blades and the spine. 2 more with your breath. Listen to the whisper. And as you eventually find that last cat back, and with your inhale, come back to neutral. Inhale the shoulders up and back and down. Take a moment here with a soft gaze or closed eyes and decide if you want to rearrange your legs in any way. If you'd like to take this guided meditation lying down or in a different shape, you are welcome to do so. So wherever it is you may be, come back to this place of stillness, relative stillness. Feel the flow of your breath. Where the body expands. Where can you soften? Here, I invite you to visualize catching an inhale and following the inhale inward to sit next to your heart. This brilliant light deep inside you, a star, a comet, a sun. And here in your heart, your source of gratitude, compassion, loving kindness. And visualize here in your heart space a brilliant green orb swirling. Feel yourself bathed in the light, wrapped up in gratitude, compassion, loving kindness. Your heart is the source of your sankalpa. Sankalpa, a Sanskrit word, your heart's most desire. As you linger here in your seat, know that you can spend time simply following the flow of your breath and feeling wrapped in the energy of gratitude and compassion. And perhaps here, sitting with your heart, you ask your heart, what is your greatest desire? Or perhaps ask yourself, your heart, what is needed? Giving yourself this gift of time and breath to linger, hold space for the question, supported by every inhale and exhale. Invite a breath in and out. And please know that you could linger here for as long as you'd like. You can also revisit this practice, this inquiry, and holding space for whatever is needed. Invite another breath in. And then imagine following the exhale back out, landing here in your space. Inviting a little wiggle of the fingers, perhaps a roll of the shoulders. Inviting palms to come together. As your thumbs rest against heart center, connecting to your brilliant, beautiful heart space. You bow your chin to your chest, thanking yourself for this gift of time, appreciating your breath for being your guide, and thanking your body for being patient and resilient and strong on and off the mat. Thumbs travel to third eye point, your seat of intuition. I thank you for sharing your time and your beautiful energy with me. Until our paths cross again, my friend, be well and namaste.